Befio ne you want mommy Nana Credu. Fine. No free. Many week in Kelepi. Wednesday, what Kelepi. No track, no feel. No, Thursday, Gamma, so me will be near Chile. Okay, Eba, she no convey a mammy. No, she not be a few of any free. The hospital there. Yet the doctor be a bois. What I say in your middle, okay, quelle. Manan Chobia, money about fair a fee. She said it a flatchet. None more small. 1 year no fair look. In animal, a tiny animal. It's chilly. What can you buy? Notice I know your DNA. You work a public abuse. If you be a red and black. What can you now? Notice I near. Mommy, Nana Agyeman-Rawlings. No more, Italy.
Yo, nigga, Nime, Nami, the bonny, I'm a cane. I don't want me asking swear, like I can. I'm what do you make your boy me? I can't tell about Nick chair here, but immediately I'm only a petashing, or one lay more beer than I can pay.
No, why do you know? Okay, honey, happy Muku. Ejake, Wanuku Ehilahi. Yaeko, you want no neighbor. I can't tell you to bang. Your pretty Kawaya told me that thing. It was an one quick. Ni, okay, we could again come up. The English war was here quick around me. Woba, no one. What can I say? I feel no more than sunny. That be a share. There. Helayebu, that be a share. What? Look at Beno Rake. Nakanshi water. No one hanging. I feel no. For me, Wawa, that be a share. One moon sour, Wawa. Me. Okay, why we could. You know.
Chammy again. The bonny leader can watch it, but bonny, I may be a mechanic. I can hear I'm hanging up it can be a share. Can be a share of Flamonidia or Baba, or Apia, who call me, say, therefore. You know what, nigga, care what you are, but about that fool. Like a me by me, Baba, as I know, could you have me, Nam Kajam tree, or nigga lay by, and yeah, it down at the car, who me, can you could pa, it could be 70, Nick about how queer. You know, me.
Yeah, don't agree.
Yeah. We could have. Yeah, this one.
Mira, I'm about to say, open for a conveying. But your opinion. What was it for? Obusia. The nigga. Esim ose obaya obema ye yakọ na wa check day na wa share nkran na asama sebe atoye ya sam ketwa ito omaye nyina shede na obaya so a wa manokwa okura wisem snap adaka anya nsuo baako edioson na odi bejam ye na agede asom ahoho the base the gum so a the snap ni biso egufam ama otwadi ampo ankopon eni asase ya lura
Chairman Oma Niga import ati se asida kese paana ebe bema wo mo adifefa omba ya amabe na omrati se adia no se kan no eba no you go bo mampini amane o mampini so ma ne pinfo betre say bibia ni a o mani dia o me hyase enti she bia o mampini ni dom beye no mama go zatia on so ni kokofo e ma mo so aswat na si
na channel obanya boku ni bake edandiga shiwa denche no ni nyefei ne ni sani eba e abo ma onupa ni ji John Dramani Mahama His Excellency amaniake no no eba ne ni lehuke ni na kwedo efe yo first day there ma fe yalani no akagwoku fe ba dwen no money about get here about you lo the dia che ba baliga jen ni aba bola maniake neke ni atu ni yala ni wo afi si nya you are don abo
yo nega ni me na me babo ni wo ko ami gba me ken am ke wo da o ra don abo si be na ma tu fe ken ni fe am chi ma ben ke se wu e ko na me ha no wo le gba no to e wo shume ko e wo ra don akwa ba me for a confirming and head of the family, children, Your Excellency, Chief of Staff, Members of Parliament, Ministers of State, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. His Majesty King Taki Tekochu II has asked specially that, considering that his land is a melting pot for other friends who have come from different parts of the country, we express this in English so that everybody else could understand. He says that we should convey to the family his heartfelt condolences, considering that Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings was an asset to the nation, and considering that he is one who also believes very much in the empowerment of the girl child, her education, her health, and her general incorporation into our society. He holds Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings in a very special place in his heart. Today, he says that even though tradition demands that his court be informed about the passing of our dear mother and friend, he has decided to put all of that aside to come and show this much love to the family, because Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings stood as a tower that represented many different things. He says that as tradition demands as well, he has a box of schnapps to perform customary rites in accordance with our Ghanaian culture. Added to that as well, considering that we have visitors going in and coming out, 70 boxes of mineral water to add as we get ourselves ready to get the family together and the state together to prepare a date for a fitting send-off for our beloved mother and friend, Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings. Finally, he says that all of us here are one family as a result of this. And our elders say that anytime you hear wailing in your backyard, you have to go and find out what it is. He decided that he will adhere very strictly to this saying that our elders have put into our ears all of these years. And with that, he extends his heartfelt love to the head of family and to the children and to all of us who at this time are wailing quietly in our hearts as we continue to pray to God to give us strength to light up the dark side of our hearts in these very trying times. We are grateful to all of you. Your Excellency, Chief of Staff, Honorable Ministers, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, King Taki Tekochu II, the Chief Custodian of the land and the man who is the embodiment of culture, says that he extends his love to the family and that he knows that the earth will support you. He knows that the good Lord himself will also support you. We are grateful.
The best say, Niga, say, Madama, oh, hey, you say, or Montana Bidici, so appeal when you pay for chief of staff, and the ministers. Almost a piece, Nadama, with the same say, we have Chema in the same Hanidia, Manka, almost so, and Nasana tree, so the number sequoia, so.
Nigga, Nime, Name, Baboni, Baboni, I'm a Kenny.
King Taki Taikochu says he wholeheartedly welcomes Her Excellency and all state officials so they can also come and perform their rites. Thank you.
Anyway, Mr. Asizani, Dibema, when you get here, Snadama, like I said, Obetum, Naama, the Vice President, Naama, Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings, also Abama, Amanu, Wamabuchia, Naama, Germany.
Yeah, follow.
Same here.
I like the places, but I only think that
Her Excellency the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, Honorable Ministers of State, Honorable Chief of Staff, the Chief of Staff of the Office of the Vice President, fellow appointees of the government, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, family, my nephew and nieces, I'd like to welcome you all to the home of Her Excellency, the former First Lady of the Republic, Nana Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings. Like custom demands, as and before the Asebio, yet who will fear not obi, but to will be sapanso. And I have been tasked by the head of family, Nana Kwesi year, Hunaba Kwesi year, they are confined here to the Otum for the Asante Hene, to ask you of your mission here this afternoon, respectfully.
Thank you very much. Two of us are confined wherever Adelori. Nyaranka. And so now mechanic tree. The son say I am minus 17. Mechanical. Members of the Agyeman-Rawlings and allied families. Last week Thursday, a bad wind blew through this country. And we decided to come here today to hear the details for ourselves. His Excellency the President himself, who has led the delegation, but there has been an emergency that has taken him outside the country. And he said, considering the importance, the role, and the persona involved, we shouldn't wait till he comes back. And then we should come and engage with the family. And when he comes back, we'll continue from there. So we're here this morning, led by the Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, Professor Veep Naana, the Chief of Staff, Mr. Julius Baba, the Chief of Staff and Office of the Vice President, Mr. Secretary, the political advisor to the Vice President, Honorable Dr. Saman Foswampafu, the Minister of Finance, Honorable Kesa Akfosin, the Minister of Energy, Honorable Lance C. and request, Minister of Lands and Natural Resources. I don't have the capacity to do a record shuffle. I repent. Lands and Natural Resources, the Minister for Roots, Honorable Konadu, various Ministers of State. I see the Minister of Sports, Kofi Adams. I see the Deputy Minister of Defense, Dr. Jaffe. I see the Minister in charge of climate change. I see the Minister Nana, Banco, many staffers. I see the entire cabinet is here. John Benelu. I see Mr. Nathan Kofi Adams in charge of operations, and many more. But time will not permit me to mention all the names. And so I'm here today to, as tradition demands, listen officially, and then we'll take it from there. So on that note, I like to humbly and respectfully inform you that is our mission, and then subsequently our Vice President will speak to us. And if there's any other announcement, we'll add it to it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I defer to the Bishop Hedi.
Chairman, Honorable Free, much as I would like to also speak in English, I will on this occasion prefer to speak as an Egyptian. Excellency Vice President, Honorable Ministers of State, and the presidential delegation Amaba, and the CBB Papa Negada. Na mobile year ni say kobini busy HW the much say asema ba asema tuye asema tuye ni say oduponke si bia kumu ha waji din na iraye Her Excellency Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings otu mo hwedan entini wa ha na ba ne sen Nanu Krabaya, not to Kramayi. Anna, be a home. Now, Lena, me putting beer. The fellow, Mrs. Ifra. Or no, I can't win to take my point. The more friend. No friend. You're in the fusion. We're crying the King Church. Not going to baby. When you bother me. Omantuga da kufo baby onna ntemfo ni amtie the baby ni bi kuta hu wi aso no wo cheche obi a na me hu ye bi anu na kire se bi mo hu do no yakoda so ade achi me de nanka afa na me kwa me tiesi krom afame me boy shirt ashe akokra mitimke ni ko na wo fa fi efemi efidi so se wo fa misro wo hin misro de bibia na bra na sama tuye bra late hospital ha agency wana bufi ko ni ko do ye tene se Oba oni ni be ni bi nika bi ni fika ni de ko na doctor for ono atras yo na makunya doctor for de maka chen se anopano na no hu do no na oni ani batani I want to say doctor say ni o so ni se de no for mo ni ko fi na the man so ne ba hospital say be ke se bi ni na ta man ho ni ya so ma ayi o mo ni se de ni aso ni adi ayi ntini ya ko pon twi ni nso oni wo ni se pe no achiri tu ni nti anka se hono ano na na mi cha bia na o man peni so ni so afọ ba ko na o mo lati o ma bi so o ho na omo the catch say you when you man ni mami na me you can tell me what can see like you know chishiniwa nti ko jubileus ko ma peni fe ko chance e ba ma mini na chere sa society no to say the o can say na ko bi liberty ogana ha ni yasnani na no ono abemi a yaye krata tutu ni abuja semeni na ama nega na amanie ne ni kan nyanko she nyanko pene kwa bia wo ministry hospital much no ana do she no bi so o ko bi ko to o da bi fia na tse dom na wo ha no na ano shie ko wanta tampo fo ni pe aba ya te abadugua na o se ni so no ye sai she na mitremone no fa so ni chance na me to dwa sas ma be tie ye no so ade chi fiada no anopa ni petit sa chance tie ba ono Onwa na di na owura Julo Debra di kamba anopa no behuye okoye omampani dada na abuda ko akufado woni dom so bai ebechiai omu hanwa mu no omukoya pe na the whole parliament dom penny ni dom dada ina besam asa je musam ya pepe ombija mtiti zanata on suka mu ho hono mbeche se hono kwa hono were chairwoman of the defense and security committee nti anu so ni na begu ha no mo hono asuna omampani dada Philadelphia Mrs Johnson Selif also ne dom almost buy nipa buy so kan no omampani dada for now so beka on so buy anopei nipa abasa ne kosa nyama ya chasete na so nyama bi na onde onimche mu na timinhia ani ni na woni mbe biko le sam dama nkawia ini ma timinhia omuso na ti asese enye obeba nyama bi na kufibua kama na mo wotema oyo no ni boss omo si on enti mobaya asema mobasa mitimana wadi na kwebu Agyeman-Rawlings ochiri ni hwedai dana takiade na mobaya na asema no anama
nada wetie watawasi ebu na enso yehwe ni nyuma oye ne na brabwa na ya de chichi yere enti we be agree Commiseration na mafre the acting president of the Republic of Ghana Yemame Professor Nana Jane Agyeman na ono ya kasa kakra
Mida sekiane ayo nananam mime nane ntemifo mo sie mo ha we the 24 mo kama sende mo say we the gain na ni if you say aya sana atuyi na ente pi yenso anti asamda na mekupo de na mini ha we can get number between so baby no be a metie sa sama atuyi ni ya ba yenso na na ba na ne say asan bi ho eba na upe kasa sen ya na wonu masam asan nti ni bebreka de be kan se be mamu nyina titru mofa no no monte asen so say nyina so ye wo ho ai be susu mumu na iye so saa no eba no saa no a se de anim no obia ne ekwan a wafa so a nipa no wahwe na de nti nyina wo kwan e fa so yesu no nti e besre ni nyina nso ye ma bibia anye adwebro bibia anye boko na yentimi enja no kwan sadia efta ye ka se e betena ne aka na semo a ade besa ye nyina ye nim ade a woye nyina ye nim obra wabo nti de be kan se besre yakon onfansie no ma ye so akukuduro de oye ya ye pe ya enim se ye bebrebe no ye nto aso na ni nyina enkoniye e ma ye ntinya me fa ne kransi no ma ye nyina so asomdwe e da mase
okay
right, if you are watching us on TV and probably listening to us on City 97.8 FM, these are images from the residence of the late former First Lady of the Republic of Ghana, Nana Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings, whose passing was announced last Thursday while receiving treatment at the Greater Accra Regional Hospital. Since Thursday, notable figures and a section of the public have been visiting the premises here in Accra to commiserate with the bereaved family. Currently, the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, Professor Nana Agyeman-Rawlings, who has led a government delegation to her residence to commiserate with the bereaved family. The children and other relatives are going around to exchange pleasantries and to say thank you for showing up in such trying times for them. This is the coverage of our commiseration visit to the family of the late former First Lady, Ghana's longest serving First Lady for that matter, Nana Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings, at a residence here in Accra. Currently, the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, Professor Nana Agyeman-Rawlings, who's led a government delegation here in the former First Lady's home. The Vice President is in the company of Finance Minister Dr. Kasia Latoforsen, Minister for Lands and Natural Resources and MP for Elembele, Honorable Emmanuel Amakofi-Boa. I also see the Deputy Presidential Spokesperson, Madam Shamima Muslim, also Deputy Chief of Staff, Nana Oye Lita, I beg your pardon, Nana Oye Bampo, and a host of other government functionaries, and definitely the Chief of Staff, Julius Deborah, who has for the second time returned to the home of the late former First Lady to commiserate with the bereaved family and to show up for them again in such trying times. Also, the Minister for Sports, Kofi Adams, who was here earlier, has also returned to be in the company of the Vice President and other government functionaries to perform the same, duty of commiserating with the bereaved family. Since her passing on Thursday, notable figures including former presidents John Ajekum Kufuor, Nana Addo Kufuor-Addo, and today former Vice President Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia have all been here to commiserate with the bereaved family. Also, members of the international community, and notably the former Liberian President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, have also been here showing up for the bereaved family, particularly all 4 children who are now orphans: Zaneto, Yasantua, Amina, and Kimathi Rawlings. Like many people who have been speaking since the announcement of the passing, the Vice President, Professor Nana Agyeman-Rawlings, said the news came to her as a shock. And she was gobsmacked, literally lost for words. But like it's been said a time and time again, death is that guest who keeps gate crashing. You just can't be sure when it will come knocking at your door. So they have accepted that fate, that inevitable part of our human existence. And yes, the Chief of Staff at the Office of the Vice President, Mr. Alex Segbefia, is also present. The Vice President, Professor Nana Agyeman-Rawlings, who is leading a government delegation presently, is expected to soon sign the book of condolence.
Ministers, members of Parliament present, staffers of the Presidency, media, email. On behalf of my family, my siblings, I would like to express our sincere gratitude to you for the show of love and support today. This did come as a shock to all of us. And as we say, God knows best. Because everyone seems to have a story to tell about how they only saw her the day before. Spoke to her. They had plans with her a few days before that. And I think it's a blessed way to go without having to suffer and go through a lot. She lived a good long life. She served her country with diligence and dignity and dedication. And even as a family, it's been very overwhelming, the outpouring of love from across this nation, across the continent, and across the world. And indeed, we feel privileged to have been part of that story just by being related to her. She set the bar really high, and many people have come and spoken so highly of her in person and via social media and the mainstream media. We're hearing about testimonies that we knew nothing about, speaking to how she touched people's lives in very personal ways. As you said in your remarks, perhaps this is not the place to tell all the stories, because I know you have a very personal story to tell regarding your relationship with her. And I know that someday Ghana will hear about that relationship as well. There's a lot people don't understand and don't know about her. But everyone's personal story will paint a picture of the woman she truly was. We are privileged by your presence here today. We are honored by the love that you have shown. And we want to say a big thank you. And may God richly bless you. And indeed, your words of wisdom, I believe, have touched everyone here. That we give her befitting farewell with the dignity that she deserves, peace and harmony and respect. Thank you so very much for being here. May God richly bless you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And as I said, at this juncture, the acting president will lead the frontline delegation to go and sign the book of condolence, after which he would come and sing the final farewell and depart. Thank you very much. Umewo. Ucho ake Usumogana. Ghana ni papa jibo. Imajobo. Ombibe. Ka umanyabra. Sir, acting president and penny for. Okay. Let's stress and penny for by an almost dorsal. Ain't Okasa Obana Debia. The Nipana Dorsupa, Zerem Sicano, the Casa Cabinet now. My Bob Bridget and feeding. My boy Kofi Guachi, Niabema, Rosemont Obin, my boy Dr. Idrisu, Policy Advisor, Professor Teresa Enim, Presidential Aide or Vice President Office, Erica Hianyo, Office of the President, Dr. Wisdom Anku, Presidential Office of the President, Officer Khalid, Policy Advisor, Dr. Benis Benpom, Presidential Staffer, Shamima Muslim, and operating Hunu TV so Musa Abdullahi, aide to the Veep, Dr. Hamza Zakaria, Policy Advisor, Madam Mansa Amwa, Policy Advisor, Mabonana Oyedi, Omodo Subepe, Deputy Minister for Local Governments and Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs, MP for LA, Deputy Finance Minister, also MP for Oshojaman, and also Emma Hebi. Yeah, I think now we are bigger than that. We'll be in Mimi Abema Kofi Ochedako KOD, Dr. Nimwe Thompson, Police NDPC, Ama Minimso Ama Prat, Minimso as South in Basel, or Ama Prat.
Yeah, Oman Penny Abedi as a seal on an FA chairman, Oman Penny, which you find. And then in Penny for saying almost 390 as a kind of former. Now, your mom or my nancy. About Penny channel, which I penny say, which Miss Nancy.
Yadawasi Baby. Ebe so aba kopedu se ebe tutu ni emeyi na ye gade kwan ye maame kwan fefefe ni aba kasa na ka stories na you know be so there was stories most stories amanfo nyina bete ami ho se ye maame no odo man no pa fi na kuma mo nti edamase se be pe de bu kakra.
Special aid to the president. Key amongst the government delegation include Finance Minister Dr. Kasala Toposen, Chief of Staff Julius Deborah, and also Chief of Staff at the Office of the Vice President, Mr. Alex Segbefia, Member of Parliament for Elembele and Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, Mr. Emmanuel Amakufibua. Mr. Samuel Ofusuampofo is also the political advisor to the Vice President. He's also present here. I see Dr. Sharif Khalid, also a policy advisor to the Vice President. And Madam Shamima Muslim, who is a Deputy Presidential Spokesperson, also present. And a host of other notable figures. The Vice President is bidding a farewell like she exits the residence of the The government delegation exiting the premises of the former First Lady, or the residence of the former First Lady, Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings. So the Vice President, who is currently the acting President, Professor Nana Jane Opoku Agyeman, with the Dr. Zanetta Rawlings, one of the children of the late First Lady, Nana Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings. It's been the same, function since the announcement of the passing of Ghana's longest serving First Lady, Nana Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings. The Vice President, Professor Nana Jane Opoku Agyeman, over there sharing a warm hug with Dr. Zanetta Rawlings. Okay, now we have the Deputy Presidential spokesperson, Madam Shamima Muslim.
Yes.
Shamima, you're live on Channel 1 TV. Yes, this is a national moment, but for those of you in the governing NDC, I see it hits even harder.
Indeed.
How did this news come to you?
Well, it came to us just like in the early hours of the day, and we're all hoping that we'll hear some good news, and then later the family came to confirm to the president that indeed, we had lost Nana Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings. As a party, we will definitely do the needful. As a government, we will do the needful, because irrespective of what had happened later on, we can't write the history of the NDC without Nana Konadu's contribution. And so she will receive a befitting farewell.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So that was the Deputy Presidential Spokesperson, Madam Shamima Muslim, who has reiterated government's, commitment to ensure that the former First Lady is given a befitting burial. We know that the former First Lady was not merely a First Lady; she was a champion for women's rights. She
A lot of memories. Way back 1995, women's. If I'm a women's activist today, it's thanks to her. She identified some of us, picked us up. I remember the first time I stepped in America was as part of her delegation in 1998, where we went on a conference for women's rights. And that is what engendered me, that is what got me really interested in the whole issue of gender. And 1995 for me was a turning moment. When she went to Beijing, came back from Beijing, and scaled up her activism. She focused on economic empowerment of women
and also their well-being. And I'm sure you've heard about the daycare centers that she set up throughout the country. And like as Anacho said, there are very unique stories. People don't know what she put into creating the NDC, that even at times she will sell her jewelry and she will sell her own personal stuff just to raise funds to continue to campaign or to continue to mobilize. So I remember her for three things. One, in terms of mobilizing women for political work, changing the face of politics in Ghana, setting us back to our roots in terms of what Kwame Nkrumah also did with market women to help us gain independence. She was the second to mobilize women and make sure that women took their place at the table in terms of politics throughout Africa. She also changed the face of the role of the First Lady. Our previous First Ladies were not as active as she was, but she made the role of the First Lady a role that helped their respective husbands to also develop the country. So she played her role in her own unique way and partnered with her husband, like Lieutenant General Rawlings, and made sure that women were lifted up. And one significant achievement was the promulgation of the PNDC for one, the Interstate Society. And from then until now, women are not sacked from their houses when their husbands die. Children are not destitute because of Nana Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings. She stood as president. She wanted to become president of Ghana. We remember her for and it was so significant that she said, "Be bold." So today we are remembering Be Bold. Today we are remembering a matriarch. Today we are remembering a woman dedicated to the cause of Ghana, to the cause of women in Ghana also. May she rest in power. We thank her family and we say that may she rest in peace and her children also continue with her legacy. Thank you very much.
All right, so you heard the Nana Oyebampoado, who's the deputy chief of staff. So presently the government chair and his entourage are exiting the residence of the former First Lady King Taki Tekuchu, the second government chair, president of the Traditional Council, who also has been here to commiserate and to show up for the bereaved family in such trying times. We're still coming to you live from the residence of the late former First Lady, Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings. It's been a busy day here since Thursday when her passing was officially announced. We understand while she was receiving treatment at the Greater Accra Regional Hospital, tributes have been pouring in. And one thing that has been running through indeed is her legacy and how passionate she was about empowering women, particularly through her 31st December Women's Movement and other initiatives aimed at strengthening legislations to protect the rights of women.
Keep up your reporting, eh?
Thank you.
Channel 1.
Together, you get
Hello to you once again. I'm just gone by pictures from the home of the Rawlings family. Mourners continue to visit and condole with the family following the passing of former First Lady Nana Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings. Last week, since Friday, we've been covering as mourners continue to troop into the home for you. We've been bringing that to you here on Channel 1 TV. That has continued today. Earlier you saw the government chair and his entourage. We brought to you the engagement between the government chair and the family of the late Nana Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings, and then subsequently that's of the vice president who led a government delegation to visit and commiserate with the Rawlings family. As and when something significant develops over there, we still have a team standing by. We'll be bringing that to you here on Channel 1 TV. I'm Charles Ozukumi. Keep watching.
The greatest impairment for every person